like none of them have a moment to breathe. They're not being able to win multiple news cycles from them. And I wonder about, this New York Times story and somebody like Elizabeth Warren. You want to get this endorsement out there before it becomes uncomfortable to do so?
That could be a good idea. It does seem like this latest accusation is becoming a media scandal, because if you just look objectively, the Kavanaugh accuser and the Biden accuser, one has a very hazy memory of what happened. Other remembers something in very graphic detail. One said she was pushed forcefully and held down against her will, and another said she was physically violated in a graphic way that I can't even really get into on television. One person didn't tell anybody about this for decades. The other person told friends and family. One's friends and family don't believe her, and another friends and family do believe her. The first public contact for one of the accusers was a Democratic senator on the eve of a hearing, and the other's first public contact was a podcast. So it's clear that this has been treated completely unfair in the media. CNN hasn't covered it. None of the networks have covered it. And all of the organizations like Women's March, Emily's List, the ACLU, they all condemned the Kavanaugh accuser, and they've all now been silent on the Biden accuser. Now, personally, I have no idea if this is true. No one knows. It's a he said, she said many years ago without any evidence or witnesses. But there is video of one person sniffing and caressing and massaging, yet he's painted as pristine by the mainstream media. I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true, but it's just not fair.
Greg, I remember sitting with you during the Kavanaugh hearings, the multiple hearings that he had, and you think about some of those senators who then decided to run for president, and they were quite vocal at the very beginning of any sort of accusation and have been pretty quiet this time around.
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious point to reveal the hypocrisy in all this, that the loudest phonies, like the idiots at the Times, Michelle Goldberg, who called everybody pigs, and now suddenly there's time for nuance in that maybe, we shouldn't believe all women, and maybe you should have a presumption of innocence, but of course only if they are progressive. I mean, it's the progressive pig pass that I've talked about before. The media gives a pass to progressives that they wouldn't give to anybody else. Hence, Harvey Weinstein. He got to abuse women for years because he supported all the feminist causes. And I will give points to AOC because I disagree with her on mostly on everything, but at least she's consistent and she kind of sees Biden for what he is. He's the past. And she has no interest in indulging Captain Fingers.
She seems quite reluctant to actually vote for Biden if she's going to do so. Juan, I'm just looking down here that the accuser, Tara Reade, says that she filed with the Senate in 1993 a document of complaint. And the New York Times said that they tried to find that document, unable. They had to do a FOIA search, but it was going to take for months. I mean, isn't that the next step in this story, that this document surfaces, maybe?